A study finds black Democrats support trans less than their peers. Republicans and Democrats don't often see eye to eye on social issues, but even within the Democratic Party, there are differing views on gender identity and transgender issues. A May 2022 poll from Pew Research Center found 60% of U.S. adults say that the identities of men or women are determined by someone's sex at birth. Around 38% say someone can be a man or woman, even if that differs from their sex at birth. The statistics reveal that over half of U.S. adults incorrectly conflate gender with sex, as every major medical institution separates the two. According to the National Institute of Health, sex refers to biological differences between females and males, including chromosomes, sex organs, and endogenous hormonal profiles. Gender refers to socially constructed and enacted roles and behaviors which occur in a historical and cultural context and vary across societies over time. Though the division is greater among party lines, a new study from Pew found that 86% of Republicans believe gender is determined by sex. Even within the Democratic Party, the opinions of racial groups vastly differ. Around 66% of black Democrats align with Republicans, believing that gender is determined by sex. In comparison, 72% of white Democrats, 61% of Asian Democrats, and 54% of Hispanic Democrats believe that gender and sex are indeed separate. You know, it's a lot. Mm-hmm. And, no, it is. And trans is something that we don't have a lot of interaction with, even in our own community. So I get that there's a learning curve, but we need to start learning a lot faster in America. And I've said it before on this show, and I'll say it again right now. If it doesn't concern you, quit bitching about it.
Right. Well, there's also the point of, there's a very big difference between your opinion and what is actual fact, right? Yeah. So you can have whatever opinion you want in your living room, but the medical scientists and how the terminology is defined is that sex is one thing and gender is another. Your opinion doesn't outweigh that reality, right?
But you know, we saw it with COVID. I mean, you know, science and fact did not matter. I mean, did not matter when it comes to something that was killing us.
Yeah. Science.
Yeah, science.
That's why I wonder how much of this is based on church.
Right.
Well, for the black Democrats, for
definitely,
sure.
yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing. Yeah,
right?
It's a huge problem.
Is it a big enough problem in the black community, the black church community especially, that is it a big enough issue that they would leave the Democratic Party, not necessarily to vote Republican, but just to not vote?
I mean, I don't know. Someone would have to take some type of survey and gather some data on that. I wouldn't know, but
no, I need you to speak for everybody. I need you to speak for everybody in the black.
Yeah, I really can't. I really can't do
you
that.
You had one job.
But I think that it's a very important point to bring up, right? That we have to be very careful when we're taking whatever religious training we may be getting and putting that up against, again, like science. You know what I mean? It's like, this is not a debate. I mean, when you're looking at data, when you're looking at the human body, when you're talking about biology and you're writing a paper, sex is one thing. Even within that, they talked about chromosomes. We know a lot about chromosomes. Exactly. Guess what? Men and women have all kinds of mixed up chromosomes, and it doesn't make them distinctly male or female.
Right.
This is because we look at it. You know what I mean? We see it with our eyes. Your opinion at home doesn't really matter.
You know, this brought me back to that episode of Pose when Pray Tell goes back to his hometown and the church, you know, and their attitudes and all that. It was such a powerful episode. And, you know, I don't attend a black church, but I wonder if that is realistic. That, you know, and reading the survey that we're publishing it seems to be.
I mean, a lot of these things, even in the earlier stories, the Eminem story, a lot of the issue is the religion. It's not really about common sense or how to respect other people it's that they're told by somebody else, this is good and this is bad. And they don't know how to think for themselves.
Right. That's the basis of it all.
Absolutely.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ+ community.